An irregular galaxy has no shape at all, no spiral arms, no defined center, just a scattered wreckage of stars held together by gravity and momentum. The Large Magellanic Cloud is one of these, drifting only 160,000 light-years from Earth, close enough that our own galaxy is slowly tearing it apart. But what's even crazier is that this chaos might be the most common galaxy shape in the entire universe, and we are only now beginning to understand why. Every type of galaxy tells a different story about how the universe organizes itself, and some of those stories end in violence. There are at least 4 major types out there, and by the time we reach the last one, you will understand why some scientists believe our own galaxy is a survivor of a slow-motion massacre that has been happening for billions of years. Spiral galaxies are the ones most people picture when they think of space. They have a flat rotating disk, a dense central bulge, and long curling arms made of gas, dust, and billions of stars. The Milky Way is one of these, home to an estimated 100 to 400 billion stars, spinning slowly enough that it takes our Sun 230 million years to complete a single orbit around the galactic center. The last time our solar system was in this exact position, dinosaurs had not yet evolved. The shape is not just decoration. Those spiral arms are density waves, regions where gas compresses and ignites into new stars, which is why spiral galaxies often glow blue at the edges, lit by young, hot suns that will burn out in a cosmic blink. And somewhere in that spiral, tucked in an unremarkable arm, 26,000 light-years from the center, is us. But spiral galaxies are not permanent. They are a phase, and every phase eventually ends. Elliptical galaxies are what happens when the dance stops. They are smooth, football-shaped or nearly spherical collections of stars with little to no gas left to form new ones, no spiral arms, no active star formation, just an aging population of red and yellow stars drifting in nearly random orbits. Some ellipticals are small, but the largest ones, known as giant ellipticals, can contain over 1 trillion stars and stretch across nearly 1 million light-years. IC 1101, sitting roughly 1 billion light-years away, is one of the largest galaxies ever discovered, and its full form may be the remnant of countless smaller galaxies that collided and merged over billions of years. Elliptical galaxies are often graveyards, built from the wreckage of other galaxies that no longer exist as separate objects at all. And that leaves us with a darker question. What happens to a spiral galaxy caught in that same collision? Lenticular galaxies are the answer, and they sit in an eerie middle ground. They have the flat disk shape of a spiral galaxy, but none of the arms, and almost none of the gas, needed to build new stars. Picture a spiral galaxy that has been drained, its structure preserved, but its engine switched off. Astronomers believe many lenticular galaxies were once spirals that either used up their star-forming material or had it stripped away by a near collision with another galaxy. NGC 5866 is a well-studied example, appearing as a thin, ghostly disk when viewed edge-on from Earth. No new stars. No fresh light. Just an aging structure, coasting on momentum through the dark. If you've made it this far into the different shapes hiding across the universe, drop a like and subscribe, because the next type of galaxy is not shaped by gravity at all, it is shaped by pure chaos. Irregular galaxies have no defined structure whatsoever. They are the result of gravitational disruption, usually from a near collision or a close gravitational encounter with a larger neighbor. The Small and Large Magellanic Clouds are two of the most famous examples, both satellite galaxies of the Milky Way, both slowly being pulled apart by our galaxy's gravity as they orbit us. In several billion years, their stars, gas, and dust may become permanently woven into our own galaxy's disk. Some astronomers estimate that up to 1/4 of all galaxies in the observable universe are irregular, meaning cosmic chaos may actually be more common than cosmic order. No spiral arms, no smooth curve, just a slow, drawn-out act of galactic cannibalism playing out in real time. But this is where things become strange, because not every galaxy in the sky is even really a separate galaxy at all. Peculiar galaxies are what remains when two galaxies collide directly mid-merger, frozen at the exact moment their structures begin to unravel. The antennae galaxies, roughly 45 million light-years away, show two spiral galaxies locked in a collision that has already lasted hundreds of millions of years. Their stars flung outward into long glowing tendrils that stretch across intergalactic space. Individual stars rarely collide during these events. Space between them is simply too vast, but the gas clouds slam together violently, triggering waves of new star formation, even as the original galaxies are destroyed. Take two ordinary spiral galaxies, send them crashing together over hundreds of millions of years, and you get a slow-motion funeral that also happens to be one of the most beautiful star nurseries in the observable universe. And somewhere in the dark spaces between galaxies, there could be something even stranger, a structure barely large enough to qualify as a galaxy at all. Dwarf galaxies are the smallest confirmed category, sometimes containing as few as a few thousand stars, compared to the hundreds of billions in the Milky Way. Some dwarf galaxies orbit larger galaxies as satellites, like the Sagittarius Dwarf Elliptical Galaxy, which is currently being slowly consumed by the Milky Way's gravity, its stars being stripped away and absorbed one stream at a time. Astronomers have identified streams of stars in our own galactic halo that likely came from dwarf galaxies swallowed long before humans existed. No warning, no resistance. Just gradual absorption over hundreds of millions of years. And here is the unsettling part. If the Milky Way has already consumed multiple smaller galaxies in its past, it means the galaxy you live inside right now is partly built from the corpses of others. But even galactic cannibalism has an endpoint, one written into our own future. Active galaxies push the danger further, because at their center lies a supermassive black hole actively feeding on surrounding gas and dust, releasing enormous amounts of energy across the electromagnetic spectrum. Quasars are the most extreme version of this, some of them outshining every star in their host galaxy combined, visible across billions of light-years because of how violently that material is being torn apart before it disappears. The quasar TON 618 is powered by a black hole estimated at 66 billion solar masses, an object so large it could swallow our entire solar system without noticing the difference. An active galaxy is not calm. It is a slow-burning explosion that can last for millions of years, visible across nearly the entire observable universe. And this brings us to the last classification, the one that may eventually describe every galaxy left in existence. Merging galaxies represent the final stage of galactic evolution, the moment when two or more galaxies combine into a single, larger structure. Andromeda, our nearest large galactic neighbor, at 2.5 million light-years away, is currently approaching the Milky Way at roughly 110 kilometers per second. In approximately 4.5 billion years, the two galaxies will begin merging, a process that will take hundreds of millions of years to complete, eventually forming a single giant elliptical galaxy. Our sun will likely survive the collision, but the sky itself will not remain the same. No spiral shape, no familiar structure, just a slow transformation into something entirely new. Every galaxy you can see in the night sky is either growing, dying, colliding, or being consumed, and the Milky Way is no exception. If this journey through the different shapes hiding across the universe made you feel a little smaller than you did 10 minutes ago, that means it worked. Subscribe before Andromeda arrives, and if you are not ready to leave deep space just yet, there's a full playlist waiting for you right where the dark keeps its other secrets.